South Africa was left reeling on Sunday evening when the Democratic Alliance, DA, dropped what many are calling the most explosive political bombshell in recent memory. In a dramatic press conference held in Cape Town, DA officials unveiled what they described as undeniable evidence linking President Cyril Ramaphosa to hidden streams of wealth allegedly accumulated through corrupt dealings. The revelations have already sent shockwaves through the political landscape, shaking the very foundations of the African National Congress, ANC, and raising urgent questions about Ramaphosa's future as head of state. According to the DA's presentation, the evidence is drawn from a combination of leaked financial documents, whistleblower testimony, and confidential bank transfers allegedly traced back to accounts linked to entities associated with Ramaphosa. The documents, reportedly spanning nearly a decade, detail millions of rands in suspicious payments, some of which were allegedly routed through front companies operating in Mauritius, Dubai, and Hong Kong. These funds, the DA claims, were funneled back to accounts controlled by close associates of the president, with portions allegedly finding their way to assets registered under obscure trusts. John Steenhuisen, the DA leader, did not mince words as he addressed the press. For years, South Africans have been told that Cyril Ramaphosa represents a new dawn, a man of integrity set to cleanse the ANC of corruption, Steenhuisen declared. What we are exposing today, however, paints a starkly different picture, one of deliberate concealment, offshore laundering, and the personal enrichment of a leader who promised transparency and accountability. The DA's evidence presentation reportedly includes property records suggesting Ramaphosa has beneficial ownership of luxury estates in Europe and North America, none of which were declared in his official disclosures as required by South African law. In addition, internal emails, purportedly exchanged between ANC insiders and international fixers, outline elaborate strategies designed to obscure the flow of funds, disguising them as consulting fees, agricultural investments, or charitable donations. Perhaps the most damning portion of the DA's report involves allegations that some of the hidden wealth can be traced back to state-linked contracts and government procurement deals. Steenhuisen claimed that evidence shows how certain infrastructure tenders, awarded during Ramaphosa's tenure as deputy president and later as president, were deliberately inflated. The excess funds, according to the DA, were siphoned off through shell companies before being laundered internationally. Predictably, the ANC has responded with outrage, accusing the DA of fabricating documents in a desperate attempt to score political points ahead of looming elections. ANC spokesperson Malenji Bengumatsuri dismissed the claims as baseless theatrics intended to tarnish the president's image. Cyril Ramaphosa has dedicated his life to serving South Africa with honesty and dedication, she insisted. This is nothing but political mudslinging. Yet, the public's response tells a different story. Social media exploded within minutes of the DA's press conference, with hashtags like #RamaphosaWealth and #DexPost trending nationwide. Citizens expressed both fury and disappointment, with many saying they feel betrayed by a leader once hailed as a reformist. Opposition parties, from the EFF to Action SA, have already seized on the revelations, demanding a parliamentary inquiry and immediate steps toward accountability. Legal experts warn that if the documents withstand scrutiny, Ramaphosa could face severe consequences, including impeachment proceedings. This is not merely a political scandal, it could be a constitutional crisis, said Professor Saifoud Lamini, a constitutional law scholar. If it is proven that the president deliberately concealed assets and benefited from corrupt transactions, his oath of office is fundamentally compromised. For now, Ramaphosa himself has remained silent, but insiders suggest that a carefully crafted statement is imminent. Whether it will be enough to calm the growing storm remains to be seen. What is clear, however, is that the DA's revelations have ignited one of the most dramatic confrontations in South Africa's democratic history. The country waits with bated breath. Will Ramaphosa weather the storm, or has the DA uncovered the fatal flaw in his political armor?